In today's video, I will show you the best practices for managing resistance to change within your organization and doing it the right way. What is resistance to change? And why is it important for you to know the real definition of resistance to change? Resistance to change is the natural pushback or opposition that individuals or groups display when organizations introduce new processes, new technologies, or new ways of doing things. Now, resistance to change often comes from the fear of the unknown, fear of the loss of control, a lack of trust in leadership, or concerns about increased workload and job security. A lot of times when we implement organizational change management, irrespective of the project, whether it is a small scale project, mid scale project, or large scale project, we often identify resistance, which we now have to manage and mitigate to ensure we increase the success of that project. So, what are the signs of resistance to change? Resistance to change can manifest itself as skepticism, reduced productivity, disengagement, and sometimes outright refusal to adopt the change. Other examples that I see when doing change management consulting is people not showing up to meetings or training, people ignoring emails or requests for information, and many more. This resistance to change assessment template on my screen outlines examples of how you can map your stakeholders and address resistance. Managing resistance to change in organizations mean applying structured strategies to anticipate, understand, and reduce employee pushback when new initiatives, technologies, or processes are introduced. What are the first things you notice on this resistance to change stakeholder template? You will see that it contains the stakeholders' information, including their job title. It includes the resistance level, the stakeholders' ability to impact the success of your project, a status column for managing resistance, and a task column for how you plan to manage resistance for each of these stakeholders. Why is it important to manage resistance to change? In organizational change management, understanding and addressing resistance is critical because it directly impacts employee adoption, project success, and long-term transformation outcomes. So here is a question for you. What is the fastest way to complete a high-quality resistance to change exercise in your organization without wasting hours? To find out, watch the next video for the step-by-step guide on how to identify and manage resistance to change effectively and saving time in the process. See you there.